I keep forgetting that I follow this guy, and then I just see a juicy ass in my feed.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, is the Colombian guy with the cute little butt?
That's what I didn't know. Like men did that.
Dude, men get gay dudes now are getting fucking juicy asses, dude.
Yeah,
like lady asses, like fucking just the roundest cheeks you've ever seen.
Damn, dude. Well, pretty soon, isn't it a like a scientific fact that all women will become men and all men will become women?
That's what I've heard.
Like when the poles switch.
Yeah.
When they've melt completely.
When the ice caps.
Wait,
melt.
so are we all just are all three of us gonna be old ladies one day?
I hope so.
Well, that's a sick idea.
Then we can finally play bridge.
Yeah.
I
want to complain about stuff like an old lady. That sounds solid.
Yeah,
there is kind of do.
I spent a lot of time with some old ladies this weekend at my buddy's wedding.
Oh yeah,
and it was good. I felt I gave a best man speech. I told you guys about that.
Yeah,
and the old women did not enjoy it because like they think you're going to go up and be like, love is a circle, like whatever.
It's roasting time.
Yeah.
My boy's getting flamed.
Yeah. Instead, I told this story about my friend Ryan, who you've met, on Thanksgiving. Or it was like the morning of Thanksgiving, but it was like 2 a.m. We were at my friend Jeff's house, and he had all of his extended family there. There was like 15 people living like in his house in campers and stuff, just all over in tents in the yard. People are just like ready for a big Thanksgiving.
Ryan stock.
What was that?
Ryan stock.
Ryan stock. Yeah. Pearl Jam did a set. And
selling acid to each other.
And it was like 3 a.m, and we're literally leaving. Me and Ryan are leaving. We're like, see you later, Jeff. We'll see ya. Like, have a good Thanksgiving. Fuck you, pussy. Like, whatever. And he daps me up and he like kind of hits my back kind of hard. And I'm like, ooh, all right. So then Ryan gives him a hug and he does the same thing. He like smacks him in the back. So Ryan, like, keep in mind, we're like hammered. So like Ryan just smacks him really hard back. Yeah. And then like Jeff steps away and just poof, right on his chest. And then Ryan like slaps him in the face. And then Jeff slaps him back in the face. The hand didn't even really cross the face before Ryan just dove and tackled him and just went through the wall in his like whatever the room is where you put your shoes on, the shoe room.
Yeah.
Just went right through the wall, big hole, and they just hung like a coat over it.
Yeah.
And like Thanksgiving went by, and at the end, like Jeff thought he like got out of it, and at the end, his dad's just like, "Hey, can you come in here for a second?" And he just like lifts the coat. So Ryan had to come and like fix the wall. That's a fun like story for high school kids, you know?
Yeah, I will say this: I really felt emotionally uninvested when I didn't know either of these people really.
Yeah,
but then the hole in the wall brought it back around.
Yeah,
not to critique.
Well, that was the point. Of the story.
Yeah. The second, there was a second where I was kind of being a dick in my head, like, who cares about Ryan?
One time, my friend Jeff and my friend Ryan were hanging out, and we all just really loved each other.
But then the hole in the wall, I was like, oh, okay. And then the cover up. Did you ever have like the...
As if that's a critique of your storytelling. Michael's just like, tell a story about me. What the fuck? Who the fuck are these people in the fucking woods in New York?
Yeah, that's cool. But how does it relate
Tell
to...
a story about me getting pussy.
Yeah.
Make one up. Make up a sick story. I used to live in Orlando.
One time, Michael was riding a skateboard and he hit a kickflip into a pussy.
You know what you should do? You should start saying one time Michael and then just tell your story and be like, actually, it was somebody else. But now that you listen to the whole
Retell
thing.
that story and just replace it with us three.
Well, like the fucking, did you ever like, the hole in the wall thing is funny as fuck though. Because like, did you ever do the poster over the hole in the wall? Like,
no,
like the prison thing.
One time I got drunk at our apartment in college, and I was like, I had a Sharpie, and I'm like, I'm gonna draw an amazing piece of art on the wall, and it was the shittiest thing ever. So we like hung a painting over it. Yeah. But no, I've never like put a hole in a wall or had a hole. I'm very gentle around my walls,
dude. I tried. I'm
ladies.
I'm such a pussy, dude. I tried punching a hole in my wall one time, and it like didn't work. But I wanted my ex-girlfriend to like think I was tough, so I think I hit it with like some sort of like
hammer?
a stick or something like that, and I was like, oh, I can't control my anger, but it was really. I'm such a weak man.
There's like a screw mark.
Why were you so mad that you tried to punch a hole in your wall?
It was something I can't talk about. It was related to like it was like a family related thing, and I was really just trying to like virtue signal, like, oh,
Yeah.
my life's going tough right now, and I was like, I'm gonna go punch a hole in my wall.
Yeah, yeah.
And I punched it, and nothing happened, and then she was in the other room, and then I like banged it with like something else. I was like, looks like I got a hole in my wall for my anger, and then I'm like,
You can accomplish a lot with a big door slam. It's a good statement. You get a little frustration out. That was my go-to. It was just like, and I'm not even that gay. Talking to my mom.
The one time I got mad enough to break something, I kicked a metal trash can and it fucking dented right in the middle.
Nice,
I was like,
dude. I'm a ninja turtle.
and then I walked away like, really hurt my foot.
Yeah, you don't know what has a beam in it. So you can punch a hole in a wall, and then you're just punching a 2x4 and like breaking your hand.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend thinks you're a pussy because she doesn't know about the 2x4.
Yeah,
in
you're
there.
using a stud finder before. All right, over here.
I'm so mad. Yeah.
Yeah. I never really got like super angry to where I would like thrash out on anything.
Dude,
Like-
I've gotten that point. I'll do it now. And I'll
Yeah.
I'll go and I'll kick things on the side. I'm a crazy. I'll kick shit on the side of the road. Like when somebody
Yeah.
has like a fucking a table or something like that. I'll fucking break it. And I'll
Yeah.
just, like I'm just having a rough day. But I'll kind of like hold it in, and I'll be like, I'm gonna wait till I find something I can hit. I have a lot of anger inside of me for a guy that wears fun shirts.
I think I hold it all in, and then sometimes I'll just be doing a regular thing, and I'll look at someone and they'll react in a way where I'm like, oh, my face probably looks really like
Yeah.
I'm flexing every muscle in my face right now.
Yeah. Just huge veins. Like
Which you're
the
not supposed
roots.
to do if you're working out. I don't know if you heard this.
What?
You're not supposed to flex your muscle. I told you about that guy.
No.
This guy at the fucking gym, he's like, can I hop in on a... It'll relate. Who cares? He's like, can I hop in on a set? And I was like, yeah. And then he starts like instructing me how to lift weights. And he's like, you can't make a... He's just like Asian jacked old man. He's like, you can't... Do not make a move on your face when you're lifting weights. It'll take away from the blood that's in your muscles. So I'm just now like trying to keep a straight
Yeah.
face while bench pressing to...
Isn't that also just easier for Asian people? My gym coach told me you're supposed to flex your muscles as hard as you can after you do the workout.
Of course, yeah.
Like
shirtless,
like you
in
hit
your
a
underwear.
curl and then you just go like for like 30 seconds.
Well, the thing is, nobody really knows for sure. So if you took a little bit of everybody's advice, you'd be so much more fucked. Just follow one person's plan. If it doesn't work, listen.
Yeah.
You can't have like multiple people telling you how to do things because everybody's gonna tell you something different. And it's like you got to just fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, as long as I feel like you're sweating and you're like moving around, it's fine.
Maybe Jake's told me that I have no idea. I was lifting weights completely wrong, and now it makes sense because I have not gained biceps, but I have great back muscles, and also back problems just from like lifting weights like terribly. But somebody told me the other day, they go, as long as there's blood flowing to the muscle, you're good. I'm like, I don't think that's that simple.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
No, everyone's wrong. You just got to figure out what works for you.
Totally. Yeah.
But I was watching you lift a weight in a way where I was like, you're just going to tear your spine in half.
Yeah, I have
That's
horrible
insane.
form.
You were like, why are my biceps getting bigger? I'm like, you're doing a bicep?
Yeah. I'm just
crazy.
swinging the thing around, and I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I have horrendous form. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to really be a nerd to get into all that stuff to like really learn.
I'm
It's
just gonna
like,
do the
nah.
protein powders and the steroids and all those things.
Because there's always a guy who's like, what the industry is not telling you is you should be eating dog food.
Yeah. And nobody's telling you that you're a fucking loser and you should kill yourself
Just
immediately.
fucking like eat chicken. That's
Yeah.
all it is. Just like eat good food.
Yeah.
They all sell you all this fucking garbage. I was in the deli with you the other day and you bought protein, like milk protein.
Yeah. Why is
and
that bad for
a
me?
power bar. And what else did you buy? I just watched you buy it. It's
Beef
not bad
jerky.
for you. Beef jerky. Yeah. I was just like, this is like you're not wrong. It's all protein.
See, this is gonna be his little critique now.
But
He's
I was
gonna be like,
watching
"Oh,
you
yeah."
buy it. I was like, this is like if the gym had a candy store. You could buy all this shit there.
Well, it's like if you just eat there's protein in all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's wrong with it?
It is funny that the
It's just
best
silly.
the
and
best
cute.
workout plan is essentially what like the Chick-fil-A cows have been saying
Yeah.
for years
Chicken,
now. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the guy too. Now, every time I go to the gym, he like looks at me lifting weights.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, I know he's just like that guy's form sucks.
He's like, that's all back over there.
yeah. Well,
You think he's just staring at you lift weights?
dude, he stares at me every time I go in there now.
Maybe that he's not thinking that.
Maybe he's like, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of that little.
Maybe
boy.
he's like, all right. He's like, I want this guy to get big and strong because I want to kill him. He needs to be a worthy adversary. And he's watching it. He's like, this is never going to be a fair fight.
He was like telling me he trained with some like pro wrestler. He's like, I got the secrets, man, that nobody else got. And then he did the most dangerous workout. He bench pressed just over his face, like with no rack.
Oh
behind him.
yeah, that's like the skull
No,
crusher.
no. Skull
thing?
crushers are where you go back here. He
Oh,
just
I thought you
lifted
go here.
No. He just lifted directly,
Are you sure? Because from what I learned,
dude. Literally,
you go here, you activate your back muscle.
Yeah. He's just lifting where he could just destroy his teeth, and the rack's not behind him. He laid it backwards on the bench. So there's like, he goes, "Don't try this; it's way too dangerous for you."
Yeah.
and then just does like, I'm like, if this falls on you, your face is just destroyed.
Yeah, that's like the equivalent of like bug chasing in the gay community.
Yeah. He's just trying to be dangerous to be
Yeah.
dangerous. He's like, I gotta juggle free weights.
Yeah.
There's when I was like getting into like buying workout equipment I could use, I found this thing that it's like a belt that you put on your head, and it's attached to a chain that is attached to like a weight.
Yeah, I've
And
seen
you
this.
just go like this for your neck muscles.
This is some chiropractors just making dangerous back workouts so people don't come back to him. It's all part of the cycle.
That's a fucking insane. Like if you ever had to use that for anything, you should have someone like staring at you while you do it. Like,
Yeah,
and,
you
like,
also need to
holding
be
your
like
head.
in an open field. You can't like do that anywhere where there's a wall or a shelf or like it's you just go like this and then it's just like your head is stuck in
Yeah.
a wall.
What would you look like if you only did that?
Yeah, you'd look
Just
like
your
Joe
nose.
Rogan. You just get those like big triangles on your neck.
I want to start working my neck.
Not
My,
bad.
my dad broke his neck, so like,
Oh
I gotta,
wow.
like, I would like to have a strong neck, just so like,
And he's like alive?
yeah.
I didn't know you could break your neck and be
Dude,
alive.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Because people are like, you're gonna break your neck and die. I always heard, but now
Yeah.
you can live.
Also, my mom used to tell me like when a woman was on like high heels, she's like, "Oh, she's gonna break her neck," and I was like, "What?
Yeah, no,
She'll break her heel?"
yeah.
We're so lucky we don't have to wear uncomfortable shoes.
Oh my god, dude!
Dude,
could you imagine?
When I see a lady in high heels, I'm just like, man, it sucks.
I know it doesn't even like really do much. It does like 3% for me of like what the rest of her does. You know?
Yeah, well, but apparently there's all these things like they're like, oh, it actually angles your butt in a way that like looks amazing.
I've heard that,
yeah,
but I've tested it in the mirror.
If you're standing on your tippy toes, you're like clenching your ass the whole time.
yeah,
Dude, my stockings made my ass look phenomenal.
yeah,
Because it just squeezes right below the ass. So like my legs get skinnier and my ass just like pours over top.
Ladies ever say that? Or did Michael Good follow you on Instagram? Unfollow you?
Is that Cuban
repeatedly?
guy? Oh no.
Time to unfollow him and follow him back again when I feel horny
Yeah.
again. No, the
Hey, Patty, you want me to do your laundry today? I got you.
yeah, but all out of quarters. Yeah, no, the fucking I like the idea of me a guy wearing a corset's a very funny idea. Like a really
Yeah.
fat guy wearing just like a corset
Very
to look thin as
Under
hell.
like an Eagles jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. There's got to be some stuff like that for like the things that like just bras for men where
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
like square.
Barstool will sell those in like a month. They're like,
Yeah.
these are like t-shirts that make you look jacked instead of like a fat pussy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down
Yeah.
for that.
There's all these machines you can buy that they're like the same shape as a corset, but for men, it's like a machine that you plug in.
And it like
It
vibrates.
shakes to like give you abs.
Yeah.
And like does
Those
this.
things actually, there's no way. they work.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's been going on forever, though.
ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's been going on forever, though, because like since the fucking 40s,
Yeah.
they've had those. There's like a very old device.
Yeah, I mean they should
If
make
you
them
want,
for,
you could just like
calves.
sit, like put a build a suit out of garbage bags and just sit in this apartment wearing that, and you'd get abs within a couple weeks.
I don't believe any of this.
What would I
you
have
would
to
just
eat?
you would sweat so much.
Yeah, but it's like that doesn't just give you abs because you're sweating.
Yeah, I mean, most of having abs is just having like no body fat.
You're the same as all these other workout guys where you have all these like scientific things that I just don't
This
believe.
isn't even scientific.
Abs is not just water weight. If you have fat on you.
Well, I mean, if you have like fat,
This is why I
covering
didn't
your
want to
abs-
work. By the way, I just want to say this is why I didn't work out because you get in gay conversations like this. For a decade, I avoided working out.
This
so
is
I wouldn't argue with my
This
friends.
is much rather how I would rather get abs is just sit in a bag.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the fucking keys to the kingdom
Yeah,
right now.
then do crunch.
You could sit in a bag, watch Seinfeld, and just sit on the couch and sweat your
Yeah.
dick off.
I don't
and
believe
you
this.
look, and you look great.
I don't want to be combative because I for a decade I was like I don't want to get into working out and I don't want to be that gay guy who's saying things about working out. And now I'm like that's not true. That's not how you get abs.
Well, every like skinny person I knew had abs.
yeah, because they don't have fat.
That's exactly what Jake just said.
Yeah, but you can't. Okay,
Science.
Rook.
so I did wrestling in high school, and I'd run in trash bags all the time.
Yeah.
And I would sweat it out. I'd go to saunas. I'd put that stuff out. And it's like, you still have body fat. It's not just water. So I don't understand how
I want to go to a sauna. I've never been to a sauna.
When someone runs in a garbage bag, it looks so funny.
yeah.
I don't even know what they look like.
Yeah, they just think they're Rocky.
Rock them.
It was so retarded. I would love to like just go to my high school wrestling thing and be like, this is all so stupid. None of you guys are going to be pro wrestlers.
Yeah. Go to your high school wrestling team with like all these like just poisonous nutrient things that like they sell on fucking like InfoWars.
With fight milk.
Fucking dipshits want to get jacked.
Yeah.
Did I send you that Alex Jones body count video where he's talking about? He's
Yeah.
like, I've never had sex with a single man, okay? I've never had sex with a man, no matter what they say. He goes, if I did, I'll be proud of having sex with men. I've had sex with about 300
But then
women.
he goes, I've had sex with 300 women.
Yeah.
He goes like this real quick, but doesn't address it.
Yeah. I've had sex with about 300 women.
Yeah. You should go to a wrestling practice and be like, hey, I got all you guys this like creatine, like stimulant thing or whatever, and just give them all Blue Chew. And it's just a bunch of hard boys wrestling with Blue Chew, dude.
Yeah, go, what do you guys are all gay.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy, you went up a weight class.
There's one guy that would always get hard at wrestling, dude. It was so uncomfortable. Nobody liked
That's
wrestling.
crazy.
Dude, his name was Rodney. I remember his name specifically.
Rod.
Yeah, he had a fucking hard ass dick, dude. Every time you just felt it kind of like somebody. You know that game where you draw something on somebody's back, like a
Yeah.
house? That was just his dick on your ass.
Oh, you just
Fucking
felt it like creeping around.
Yeah, it was just like a stiff tip just
Oh,
writing your name
God,
on there,
dude.
And then you're like, buddy, when are you gonna find out?
Yeah. Well, I think he found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a couple friends who did wrestling in high school, and I went to a meet once or twice, and I was always like, I can't, like, I had so much, like, respect for any, like, 15 or 16-year-old boy that would wear that outfit.
Yeah.
I couldn't, like, be near anyone if I was wearing it.
Really?
No.
You just fluff it, dude. I for sure would fluff it. Like I just pull the tip before putting it on.
But not even that. Just wearing like it's
Yeah.
just a silly looking outfit.
You just look like a fucking idiot. It's not like girls go to your, like, football game and they're like, oh, he looks so good in his uniform. You
Yeah.
look like a fucking idiot.
You look like a dunce from like the 1820s.
No. When you put the earmuffs on, it looks a lot cooler.
You look like you're doing like water ballet or something. It's such a silly.
Dude, my uncle told me that too.
uniform.
He's trying to get me into wrestling. He's like, dude, the chicks love going to wrestling matches because they like seeing guys in tight uniforms, which is not turn out.
I think I think the uniforms are the last thing. You know,
It
it's
also
like,
just makes the gym smell like the locker room.
yeah,
It's like, this smells like fucking boy. It's disgusting.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really a terrible sport, and it's just weird. We had my
Were you
club.
good at it?
No, dude. I was good for one period of time because it's all weight classes.
Yeah.
So there was an overlap of me caring.
Did
and
you join the team being like, I already have my whole character figured out? And they're like, it's not like that kind of wrestling.
So like he's not gonna rip
Yeah.
my mask off, right?
They
I
call
don't
me
want-
Shark Tooth. I'm kind of a heel, but at the end of my storyline, I end up winning the belt. And they're like, yeah, that's not. That is like actual wrestling. Everyone's the same character.
Yeah.
Hard.
So, Coach, when are we gonna like bring the ropes in here? I got some ideas for triple axle backflips.
You bring like a fucking folding ladder onto the ring, and they're like, no. With all these Fluorescent light tubes in your pocket.
Yeah, it's just like
smash a kid in the head.
you stuffed a fluorescent light in your pants. You're like, he's like, no, I'm just hard.
Right, Rodney?
Right, Rodney? Rodney gets it. Rodney almost smashed that fluorescent right over my head last time.
Yeah, no, I remember the only time I was good is when my efforts and my weight class, they had to match in a certain level.
Yeah.
So it was like I was good for like 3 months everywhere. I was like doing really well because I was like I cared enough and weighed low enough.
Yeah.
And then I still cared but gained more weight, so I was in a higher weight class. And then I got to high school and I was like, this is so fucking lame. I don't want to do this at all.
The worst is when they make you wrestle like a guy who is only arms and a head. And it's like, all right, I got to fight Geodude now?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, he's like 10 weight classes down. It's so unfair.
You're like, can't I just grab him and like swing him around?
Yeah.
Like, there's just like, it's just like
There's
the best
always an
wrestler.
armless guy. Every wrestling
Yeah.
tournament I've been to, there's always an armless
The
guy.
best wrestler is just whoever has the least appendages.
Yeah.
Because like, who are you going to fight? A baby?
Yeah.
Like, we got to put a toddler in there.
And it is funny seeing somebody grunting while some guy, it's always funny too, the guy has like, I think the one guy, he had like no legs and then one arm and then one fucked up arm.
Yeah.
And he's just like putting it across the guy's face. The guy just has this gross nub in his face. He's like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
And then the guy straps his legs back on and walks away to get like a slushie from the thing.
Yeah.
The last thing you see after the mat is just a guy putting his legs on and being like,
Yeah.
wow, that's who you lost
Wow,
to?
another day on the rink.
You're a fucking loser. I had to wrestle a chick one tournament after time I lost twice, and I literally went home. Me and my dad was like, why are we doing this? He's like, what are you gonna beat a girl or lose to a girl? He's like, let's go.
Yeah.
He was so cool about it. He's like, you want McDonald's or let's get ice cream.
Oh, like you were going to have to wrestle
just
her?
forfeited. Yeah. Because I lost 2 matches and then I was gonna go get
it's
the
like,
girl. And I was like, it was just such a nice day with my dad. He's like, let's just get out of here. We'll get in the car, throw on some Almond Brothers, we'll go get some Hardee's or something. I remember that feeling of like, what do we do?
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
This is stupid.
Yeah.
They're all still hanging out there.
There
Yeah.
was one where I made the kid throw up that I wrestled, and my dad like zoomed in. There's like me beating the kid, and then my dad zoomed in on the other kid throwing up the trash can. He's like, yeah, that's what you get.
We used to play like AAU basketball, so it was like summer league.
Wait, so the one thing I want to say, I think this is when he had his neck brace on too. So he's just got a neck brace on. He's like, look at that loser that lost to my son. He got cut off in traffic one time and yelled at a lady. He's like, "Ew, bitch!" While he's got like that thing on. It's the funniest fucking thing. But anyway,
when my basketball team used to play over the summer in like this AAU league, and we would like travel all over, and sometimes we'd play teams that were like 2 years older than us. And we were like 14. So like when you play like 16, 17-year-old, like they're like grown men at that point. And I remember we played this one team that was just destroying us. And there was one point where this guy is just dribbling down the court, just passing every one of my teammates. I'm like, fuck, I'm the last guy in defense. So I like run to the basket. And as I'm like running, he just jumps like from like behind me. And I turn around and he dunks it. And literally his dick just hits me like right in the face. I was like, God damn it, dude.
that's fucking hilarious.
And then you got pussy.
Glad you learned how to tell a story, dude.
That's the key. How was your little bath time?
Oh, it was so good. I took a nice little pee, and now the bottoms of my feet are wet
From the shower.
because just the whole floor is wet. It's, that's just our bathroom.
Yeah.
So a little treat for you guys.
Bathroom
I got
feet.
drippy, wet feet.
Dude, I used to know a guy who would pee. So sometimes I learned this technique from somebody. So this guy used to pee, and he could pee over his head. So now sometimes when I pee, he said we use.
It's like a flop shot.
Yeah, he said
golf.
you twist it, and so that it builds up the pressure, and then you release it. It stings a little bit. But now occasionally I'll just kind of like do that.
Yeah, try to dial it in.
Yeah. Dude, it was crazy. I was like, this kid's like, I can pee over my head. I'm like, I don't believe you're a Boy Scouts. And I just saw him just do like probably 3 feet over his head.
Wow.
Yeah, and he said he would just twist it till it like builds up completely.
Yeah.
Just lets it go.
There's always those kids who like kind of mangle their body for the amusement of others.
Bro, I would do that. I'd turn I used to be able to turn my arm like all the way around or whatever.
Wow. You
Yeah.
can't do it anymore?
I could try. That's not quite it.
That's pretty far.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, thanks, dude. It's pretty
I
sick.
could wiggle my ears. That's like my one.
Oh, let me
thing.
see.
That's a good one.
It's
I don't
funny
think
because
I
you got
can-
such a serious face. I like the idea of you doing that while there's like a serious
Yeah.
discussion going on.
I'm kind of a goofball though. You know?
I don't have anything like that.
No,
No.
you can put blood clot your legs.
I can't blood my legs if I sit down.
Dude,
long
there was
enough.
always a kid that said he had like multiple nipples, but he like it was always just like a weird birthmark. He's
Yeah.
like, I got fucking 4 nipples. It's like, no, I think your dad just hit you in your stomach, and now you have bruises.
Yeah,
or
those are
something.
staples. Yeah, my friend has 3 nipples.
But is it like
It's a nipple.
you got to show me the pictures too?
I don't have a
Is
picture,
it like
but
connected to one of his nipples?
no, it's like a tertiary nipple, almost like a kind of like a little dipper kind of situation.
But like,
Damn.
I want to really.
It's like when you open
It's-
a bag of chips and there's like 2 chips that are like
I'm
fused
gonna. How close of a friend?
at
are
the
you?
baby factory.
I'm a close friend.
Okay, so you've seen enough of it.
Yeah, but I know he's like self-conscious about it.
I feel like. Okay, because I've heard this story before, and it's always like
Yeah.
a little red mark.
No, I've seen it looks like a regular nipple like scaled down. There's like a little thing on it and then the little outside.
Does that mean his parents were just like for sure related or something?
I think it has nothing to do with the parents.
Okay.
I think it's like, well, I'm not a doctor.
Yeah,
First.
I mean, they made him.
Yeah, it has
Nothing
something
to do with him?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because like she doesn't have 3 nipples that I know of. I
Yeah.
don't think he does either. I've seen his dad without a shirt on.
Ooh.
Do you think when like sperm meets an egg, sometimes that the puzzle pieces don't quite match up and they gotta just like jam into each other,
I think
and
so.
then they make like a 3 nipple guy?
I think when a sperm meets an egg, he goes, "Hello, would you like to go out sometime?"
And then they have to have sex too.
yeah. and she like, she's
Anytime
like,
a baby
I'm
is made,
falling.
2 sexes have been had.
Sexes, yeah. Oh no, I think there's a lot of raping in the sperm community.
Oh man.
When are we gonna nail that down? Huh?
Yeah.
Me too. Me splooge.
Dude, I was talking to some comic said this. Eric, this guy Eric was talking. He was like, I made a little extra money at my job the other day, so I thought I'd splooge and get myself like a nice dinner. And he was like, did I say it wrong? And I was like,
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come all over your fucking spaghetti. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's something my mom would do. She would like get it wrong and just hit the worst one. She used to call a do-rag a dude rag. She's like, yeah, because men wear it on their heads.
It's like if surfers wore them.
yeah, what's up, bro?
I love that surfing used to be like a jock sport. Like in the 50s,
Yeah.
it was very, like, and then randomly, like, just drugs made it like this weird kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I-
we could do this and be very high.
I've never even been somewhere where that's like an option to surf.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like it was like a big part of. It's so funny too because everybody gets weird with me because I grew up in Orlando. They're like, "Oh, you didn't even know the beaches." It's like we were like 45 minutes from the beach. There's like a lot of
Yeah.
like beach culture.
Is the surfing community against global warming?
That's interesting. I should ask this one guy. There's the one guy I think I told you about him. He was a pro surfer in my high school. He got a reputation for apparently his dog licked peanut butter off his balls. And so he's like, I got to get really good at surfing so people forget about this. And he became a pro surfer. And we were like, okay, but he still had a dog. lick peanut butter
Yeah,
off his
that's got to be an interesting climb.
I think a lot of smart surfers are probably against it.
Smart surfers?
Yeah, but a lot of the surfers I met are just like, oh, they're just fucking stupid.
Yeah,
They're just sitting in this. They're baking all day.
all day. Yeah, that's like it, to become a pro surfer. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think you got to do?
You got to be bad at everything else.
Yeah,
That's normally how certain things like that work. Yeah. You don't normally just get really good at it. I don't know. I think you got to like, you have to grow up in a beach town. Like, there's no way you're just like, oh, I want to try surfing. Like, you have to grow up in a beach town, which means you have to be surrounded by complete retards.
yeah,
Yeah, like the beach town by us, New Smyrna Beach, it's like, so Cocoa is like the best surfing beach, but New Smyrna was the one by us, and it's like very like,
he knew the difference between gnarly and radical at the age of 4.
it was such a weird mix of people because like you have like really nice houses because people have beach houses.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy named Robo who was just this homeless guy that would buy his beer who was just always on cough medicine.
yeah.
That's a great name.
You know, I
Yeah.
followed him on Facebook. Fucking amazing.
He's got a Facebook.
Yeah. it's just like a weird like DMT entity as the profile, and then just like clearly a guy having like a psychotic episode. Like
Yeah.
But I remember we were like really into him when we were like 16 because we were like, Robo, dude, you're the coolest. And he'd just be like, all right. Like he'd be like kind of like happy that people like
Yeah.
just think he was a homeless guy.
Yeah, he never had a cough either.
Yeah.
He probably survived COVID because of that, dude.
Yeah. That fucking beach town's so funny. Last time I was there, I saw like a fucking high schooler like fight the 7-Eleven employee. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. This is New Smyrna. That's what's up.
Get in
And
there.
the guy went back to his shift with like blood all over his face. And, like, still after high schooler just kicked his ass.
Dudes, those gas station employees, I saw a heater of a gas station employee the other day. Just like he was like big, and then he had to like get out from behind the counter to like get propane for someone, and it was like he was just massive, just a huge guy.
Yeah.
Fat.
He's just got so many snacks, you know?
Yeah, you're surrounded
on
by
hand.
snacks.
Oh, yeah. Dude, how do you not? Yeah.
I would eat so many snacks.
You also probably eat gas station food, so you're eating like a rib on a bun that's like made from
cup of
shoes.
gas.
I used to eat shit like that all the time. We go to the beach for like
Yeah.
a week, and I'd be like, all right, I've got $35. I'm gonna make this last. And
Yeah.
eat taquitos all day. The fucking what is that too? Though, you ever go to a gas station? Like I went to the gas station in my hometown, and it's like it is a huge bummer when it's like the same guy from literally 10 years ago. And you're
Yeah,
like, you haven't figured something out besides 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
He-
Stuff.
he just
real.
really loves it.
Yeah, and like, dude, I bought beer from you when I was underage, and now I'm 27 years
Yeah.
old. This is crazy.
There was a guy we used to call Jesus in my college town because he always worked at Stewart's, and he was like the coolest guy. Like he was like, yeah, let me get this for. Oh yeah, well you should try that. That's really good. We just got these last week, you know. Like, and one time we were in there, and Jesus is like, kind of ringing up and kind of looking out the window, and we're like, that's weird. Usually he's focused on the customers, and then all of a sudden he just jumps over the counter and sprints out the door because someone tried to steal gas. And he ran out and sprinted in front of the car and just stopped and like made them go back and pay. They were like, oh,
Dude, that's the most dedicated.
dude, he really cared.
Damn. Was his last name Stewart?
Jesus Stewart.
Stewart's.
It's also funny too because like the coolest guy that high school, if high schoolers think you're cool, you're probably the biggest piece of shit on the earth. Like my dad was always like, I wish Lexi's friends like liked me. And I was like, if you're a dad, they should fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Or you're a real piece of shit. If 16-year-olds think you're cool, like
Yeah.
we used to think that one guy he worked at the Steak and Shake, and then he'd just throw like parties for high school. He's just like 40-year-old guy. He was for
Yeah.
like fucking teenagers, but we're like, he's the fucking coolest. Dude, we can blast Gucci Mane in his house where there's no furniture in and play Pong inside. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Did you have anyone like that, Jake? Any like party moms?
Yeah. It's kind of like, I don't know. It was like kind of sad.
Yeah,
Because like I was on Long Island. So like part of my town was like really, really, really wealthy. And so we go to parties at those people's houses, and there'd be like a mom in the kitchen the whole time, and she'd want to talk to anyone who came up there, but she was like barred out. They're all like on pills and stuff. So it'd be like, oh, this is like you just kind of get a glimpse into that household. And
Yeah.
you know,
See, that's great. That
I bet you're not so nice when no one's here.
that's great that you have such a good like perception. Because when I was a kid, I thought that was cool about it until 6 months ago. Like it took me so
Yeah.
long to realize like that wasn't cool.
I didn't
It
even know.
always made me. I hated being at someone's house. I'd rather the police show up than someone's parents be like, "This is cool with us."
Yeah.
It
I-
fucking made me so uncomfortable.
There was probably parents that were like on drugs and stuff. I had no idea. Like I didn't even know like people were taking pills until I got to like college.
Oh dang!
Because nobody was really doing it. You know, maybe someone did or something, but I was like, it doesn't do it. Like, what is that?
I remember there was a party. When I was like a senior in high school or something. We were having a party, and no one like did really like crazy drugs in my high school. It was just like drinking and smoking and stuff. And this guy that had graduated like 2 years before showed up to the party with Coke and Xanax and just like put it on the table. And he's like, "Let's fucking go." And everyone was like, "Come on, man." Yeah. Didn't go to college. He graduated and just hung around.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Fuck, finally. Like everyone's back. We're fucking going crazy."
Everyone's ready for me.
Yeah. It was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then a
It's
year
probably
later,
so much money
they
that
all
he
did
pulled out
that.
like a bank loan.
Yeah, he thought he was like, I'm like the man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tonight is the night, and he pulled it out, and they're like, no, and he's like looking at it like, what have I done?
Yeah, how am I going to sell this back? Dude, I probably told you this. I probably maybe it was this on here. Cut me off if you heard this. Did I ever tell you about that dad who like this guy's dad? He's dead now, but he would do coke with high schoolers, and he would like sell coke to high schoolers. And he threw a party one time, and my buddy was doing coke with this guy's dad, and I was showing up to the party when it was getting shut down, so I missed all this. But the guy was lighting flaming golf balls on fire and hitting them into the lake as police were like raiding his house for a high school party. And my friend's like, you should care about this. He goes, we're going to be fucking fine. And apparently some guy was like setting up a boat, getting ready for him to like, the guy was going to hop on the fucking boat. He
Dude.
threatened to kill one of my friends in high school. It was the funniest fucking thing. We're all at the beach. My friend was like, dude, check this out, dude. Like so-and-so's stepmom totally wants to fuck me. And he was just like flirting with this guy's wife. And then we get a call. We're at the beach, and they're like, "Are you with Sean?" And we're like, "Yeah, why?" He's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill that guy." He's like, "I'm gonna come, like fucking." And then we were like 15s. We're like, "Whatever," and just like hung up. And now we're like, "Oh, yeah, that guy probably would have killed a high schooler."
Yeah, if he fucked his betrothed.
You forget that he didn't fuck her, but he like she's probably like flirting them just to make her husband mad.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. It's like I'm gonna be a pedophile to make my husband upset.
Yeah.
But like that's why, dude, I would never fuck a married woman because it's like, dude, it's like the chance her husband murders you is like pretty low, but like it seems like such a risk, dude. It's like
Yeah.
that happens often that people murder people because they fuck their wives.
It's
right?
kind of how you create like a Dr. Doofenshmirtz in your own life.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You just kind of then roam around and there's just some guy like concocting like evil plans to try to ruin yours.
Do you think
Like,
you have any enemies?
I know I have an enemy.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, I know.
yeah, I
yeah.
have one too.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think we have a similar enemy.
I'm thinking of a different enemy.
Oh,
but
okay.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, I know I have one enemy, and that enemy does strike fear into my heart. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah,
That'll
it'll be
fine.
fine.
You have any enemies?
No, I have people that I really hate, but they think we're friends. So I don't. There's really nobody that I like that actively hates me, and I
Yeah.
hate them. Like I don't want to say I'm a fake person, but it's like I don't know if I see somebody I don't like, I'm not just going to be like, "Hey, fuck you." You know? What I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like honest. Somebody says something I disagree with, I'll say like I think that's stupid, but I'm not like I don't know. There's like nobody that yeah.
When I was in high school, there was a kid named Rich who I had never interacted with, and everyone would tell me that he hates my guts. I'm like, I've never even met him. Like, why does he hate? And I think he was just like very insecure, you know?
Yeah.
But we ended up like meeting each other, and like he liked me, and I immediately like hated him after meeting him. I was like, this guy sucks. So it like completely flipped the
Yeah.
story.
There are people that I'm sure really hate me that I don't like. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Mhm.
like, I don't think about that. Like if I saw them, I'd be like, fine, but
Yeah.
hey, how you doing? And they would just be angry.
In comedy, there can be just someone you see at an open mic one time who sucks, and you're like, you're a fucking idiot. And then they just like never forget that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There are a couple of comics that I'll forget about, and I'll run into them, and I'll be like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And then they'll give me a look where I'm like, "Oh, I must have like hurt your feelings or something."
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
People get really butthurt when you say something after work. Like if you bombed and they're like, "Fucking mom, I gotta lit the room up." But it's like sometimes
Yeah.
you're just saying the funny thing. You know?
Yeah, thankfully Abe Shapiro is like a very cool person, because there was one time at an open mic where he bombed, and like I went up after and I was like, Abe, you should like definitely just kill yourself. And like I felt
Arden,
so bad.
Donnell Rawlings
it's
did
such a
that to
good
Arden.
story,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh really?
Wait, can you tell this story? It's so funny.
Oh, you should get Arden or Hamada to tell that. But yeah, Arden and Adam Hamada went to fucking
Mochas, right?
yeah, they went to Mocha's and like Harlem Nights.
Let me guess what color the audience is at Mocha's.
You ever done that, Mike?
No.
It used to be good.
I've only been to Harlem once.
When you got chased out.
No, when I was looking, that was the Bronx. I went when I was looking at colleges, but anyway.
Well, you're going to Columbia?
I was going to go to New York City Community College or something.
Oh. Oh,
Or it was some kind of...
never mind.
Yeah.
Manhattan Community College.
Something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, or they went to that open mic, I don't even know if it still do that. They did that, Mike. But they put their name down or whatever, and they ended up going first and second. And then after, they both just bombed. And then after they went up, the host goes back up, and he's like, "We got a real special guest tonight. Everyone make some noise of Chappelle's Show fame. Give it up for Donnell Rawlings." And Donnell Rawlings goes up, and then his whole set, like, he opens by being like, he's like, "Yeah, comedy's hard, but those first two motherfuckers should kill themselves." And it like just murders, and then he does 5 minutes about how much they sucked.
That's so awesome.
And I think they were new enough in comedy to be like, "This is amazing."
Yeah.
Donnell Rawlings is shit
If you're
on
like
it right
4
now.
years in, you're like, I'm done with this. Maybe even done with breathing. Oh my God. Yeah, luckily I haven't had like anything that embarrassing. I've had like some embarrassing moments, but like
I've
for
had
the most
some
part,
like horrific bombs,
I've had bad bombs.
but I'm like, I think I've had all the worst bombs I could have.
Oh, you're so wrong. I feel like it's one of those that like I get where you're coming from, but I feel like I've heard stories of people so far into their career having like horrendous, like whole crowd booing them bombs.
Yeah.
But at that point, I'll be making money.
So it won't feel as bad, I feel
Yeah,
You
but
know?
I think there's other like aspects of it. I think some of those people, like in my mind, I was like, oh, once you get a certain level of success, you go, okay, well, I'm bombing, but it doesn't matter because I'm good. But there's got to be also part of you that's like, oh, maybe I lost my. There's gonna be other anxieties maybe that come in.
I guess so. But I mean, you talk to anyone about their like worst bomb stories, almost all of them are like pretty early on. And the ones I've had aren't just like, oh, they didn't like me. I was like, I got heckled by a guy, and I kept like trying to banter with him, and then I was like trying to move on in my set, and then I fainted.
Yeah. Dude, you gave me a new fear because in my head I'm always like, what if I pass out on
I was
stage?
also
I go, that's not going to
by
happen.
the way,
Yeah.
I was on mushrooms when that happened. So he's heckling me, and I'm like being a comic, like, hey, you fucking jerk off, whatever. But I'm in my heart, I'm like, why would you be mean to me? Why would he be mean to me?
And why wouldn't you go to college?
Why can't we just connect on something? Like, I love everyone. I love him. And I fainted.
Dude, I've been like woozy before. I think it's my legs now because my blood flow is bad, and that is like a fear. Before I gave the best man speech, I was like, I hope to God I don't pass out.
Well, and I didn't think it was the thing. In my mind, I was like, yeah, it's not going to happen. And then it happened to Jake, and I'm like, oh, now every time I go on stage, I'm like, this could very potentially happen.
Yeah, it's happened to multiple people, but I think like
Most of the time they're drunk. I think DL Hughley was like hammered, and he had COVID at the same time and like passed out, and then like set back like comedy during COVID like 20 years. They're like, we can't be doing it. This is what happens. It was just him fucking wasted.
yeah, I'm trying to think of my worst bombs. One of them was definitely like in Utica. I had to do half an hour.
Was your dad there?
My dad was there.
Oh, my God.
And there were no lights in the bar, so it was like dark. And there was a woman heckling me the whole time. Everything is bombing. People are yelling out. And then I like finally got through the set, and like nobody like even knew that I was like done doing comedy. I just like sat down, and everyone's like already not like facing the stage or anything. And my uncle like forced me to go up and do 5 more minutes. Like after I had just
God, dude.
That's awesome.
So I had to go back up, and everyone's like, "You gotta be like kidding me, dude! This is crazy."
I bombed for 40 minutes once in front of like a lot of people.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But after
After a while, you get used to it.
yeah, I'm like, this is just what's happening.
You kind of just
I don't even
black
care.
out.
The worst part was I got him in the middle for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I did 2 bits that they like really liked. So I was like 15 minutes of like nothing.
Yeah.
And then I got him, and then it went
And
away.
then you disappointed them again. Yeah.
Went away.
And the worst is like, you have to finish. You have to like get off stage, but like you can't just like say something to silence and then put the mic in the stand again. Like you need to
God.
try to get something. And
I
then you
know.
keep trying. That's why I ended up doing so long, because I kept trying to get them, and they just didn't bite on anything.
Yeah, dude. At one point I tried to like do some crowd work. I was like, yeah, maybe they'll like if I do crowd work. And so I started talking to this guy that was off to the side of the stage, and he was like too visible to the rest of the audience.
Yeah.
So I forget what I said to him. I said something, and he just goes, doesn't respond. He's like, just it's you that has to do this. You have to fail at this right now.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
I'm not in the mood to help right now.
I had a Getty this one time. Like, wrap it up. He's like, just wrap it up.
Yeah.
And it was like a long set, too. I was like, dude, I'm fucking 20 more minutes. It's so, like...
I've done, like... I think the best long set I had was, like, a half hour. I did a half hour, and I did, like, really well. At the comedy shop, too. It was the best set I ever had at the comedy shop.
Yeah, I've only had, like, a couple sets there, but one of them was a bomb, and the others were pretty good. I have like a pretty good track record. That's used to be where I just did all my mics, so I felt comfortable there.
I'm polar opposite. I've had the worst. That is my lead. I think it is.
That's the comment. A lot of people do not do well there.
I do so bad there. I like recently started doing well because I don't get spots there, and I just get spots that people dropped. So I feel like I have nothing to lose. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, I'll just go there and have fun. But dude, when I say like the most complaints I've ever gotten, that was when I flipped out at those women. I'm like, you all are fucking cunts.
There is like an entitlement in that room that I feel like doesn't carry over to McDougal. It's almost like a force field. Like sometimes there will be like some people who are a little more like particular, but like in there, I feel like those people stop there. They're like, I don't need the real comedy. I need a place that's like ritzy and whatever.
Oh, it attracts the worst fucking audience.
Yeah.
And it also doesn't have security. That's what I love about the pair is they have security. So like people get kicked out. I'll kick people out very easily.
Yeah.
I don't like the power. I'm not like, oh, I love kicking people out. But I'm like, no, I think it's really fucking stupid when people are like, oh, what we're going to do is we don't want to ruin the show. So we're going to let this person just piss in our faces. And I'm like, dude, this is like, that person's going to go, like, no, you got to kick him out. My favorite was one recently, a couple weeks ago. This woman goes, you don't even know Johnny Donuts. We have no idea who she's talking about. She's like, you act like I know Johnny Donuts. She's just a completely crazy person. Because these barkers, they're like, we got to get people in there. And I'm like, yeah, but you just basically let a crackhead into the building.
Yeah, I was very selective with who I talked to on the street when I was barking.
Yeah.
That's a big reason why nobody got into the show from me. I never sold any tickets.
Yeah, so fucking weird.
It would see two women and I'd be like, not two of them.
You're not going to like my stuff.
Yeah, I just pick people who want my kind of thing.
Dude, nice bearded guy with fucking gauges. I'm like, you're going to be a great audience member.
Yeah.
There's nobody I feel more comfortable in front of than that.
Yeah. Yeah. But a guy buying like Molly on the street.
Yes.
Like, get him in there.
Yeah. No, it's funny too because I used to think frat guys are my guys, and then I go in and they just like want to own the show.
Yeah, they're not like cool.
Yeah, they're like, Devin, fucking. I'm like, what's the? I asked him like embarrassing drunk stories. Like, one time, Devin fucked a 6. Oh. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I fuck 6s on the daily, you fucking little bitch. I fucked uglier women than you've ever fucked. You sit your ass down.
That would be a good response.
Yeah.
I think you're hot shit. I bag zeros.
Zeros. The ugliest women you could think of. Yeah. Go ahead and make them fatter. That's who I fuck, you fucking loser.
Do you think you could, if there was like a beautiful woman on a wheelchair?
I've came across this.
Do you think you could like, could you please help me to the bed and like position her legs in such a way?
My thing is that
Yeah, sure. If she was like real, like wanted to.
But she's not giving you anything. It's essentially a sex doll.
yeah, it's fun. My thing is this. I came across one. If everything's normal
Sentient.
besides their legs, then I'm fine. But if this is one of those like almost looks like a Marvel character where the body's tiny and the head's giant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think I could do this.
Yeah.
She had like a very pretty face, but then the rest of her body was like shrunken down. She looked almost like a Funko Pop almost. Like
Yeah.
just giant head. And I was like, this. We didn't. I swiped left, but I was like, part of me was just like, I don't know.
Because you know why you would do it, and it's like not for the best reason.
What do you mean? Because it's easy?
Yeah, I guess so. I think that you'd be like, this would be fun.
It'd be funny.
To tell my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish like people could get paralyzed, like just their arms and like their legs work, so they just have like floppy
Oh,
arms.
that is a hilarious idea. Yeah.
Could you get my wallet out of my bag?
Sure, at that point they would just cut your arms off.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let you just keep your. They're like, this is gonna just be a problem.
This is just gonna get caught in machinery.
I wonder what's a good way to get him out of the way. Maybe they just have them on your sides like this, like you're about to go to the wall.
They'd like tie him down.
Yeah, like a breeze blows.
I like this,
That'd be
like you're on a
fucking
water
scary.
slide.
I'd rather see like a person with no arms is one thing, but a person with their, you from a distance you see someone whose arms are just like this, and they're walking towards you. That's scarier.
I like maybe back pockets. Just
they're just like sewn into the pockets. Yeah.
They got like a little, like almost like a little Velcro on their hands, and then they have it just attached.
You get rods in them, so they're both just like straight up in the air. Oh, sorry, I had them set to roller coaster mode. Oh man,
dude, I need to get. Oh, what were you saying? You gotta. You sucked in air like you're about to say something very important.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could have a buddy who like just follows you around and controls your arms.
Yeah,
That'd be something.
Yeah, with like little sticks
from far away. You're on a date. And touch your boob.
Just like pulling like a big rope just to be like,
we've been on like
check please
a few dates now, and you haven't even tried to go to second base. And he's like, shit.
It's like,
maybe install mini drones in his hands.
Yeah,
so you just gotta lift him and like
drop it on a boob.
You just see like a detachment and the string falls. Yeah. Nice.
Slapping noise.
You're like, yeah, you're on a boob. You're like, nice. I really wish I could feel these. Oh god!
It's so funny too because disabled people, you assume would make you feel so much more like. My mom can just look at like a bunch of beheaded babies or something and be like, "I'm so happy to be alive and I'm not a dead baby." And I just look at that and I'm like,
"Your mom does what?"
Your
mom looks at pictures of beheaded babies.
My mom is one of those people that, like, no matter what the fucked up situation,
the apple doesn't fall far.
It does not.
She'll see something really fucked up, and instead of being like sad, she's like, "Oh, that's sad, but I'm so grateful that that's not me." Yeah. And I'm just like, "Well, that sucks, and I'm an ungrateful piece of shit." Like,
yeah.
She used to tell me, she's like, "Just think about how hard it was for people in the Holocaust." Now I go, not only did the Holocaust happen, also it happened, and
I didn't learn shit.
I didn't learn shit. I rarely think about it or have an emotional response where I'm like, "Oh my god." Most of the time, I'm like, wow, what a piece of shit I am that my life is so fucking easy.
Yeah.
And I'm still depressed constantly. I'm like, I'm not even in a concentration camp.
You know, the worst part of the Holocaust for the Jewish people was that they put the word cost in it. They're like, oh no. Cost? At what cost?
I can't believe how many episodes have you done of this podcast?
Somebody's done that.
67.
For sure.
67. I can't believe that wasn't the first thing you said on episode 1.
That was a joke I did on stage like 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there was somebody who's happy about the free room and board. Like, you're telling me I don't have to pay rent? Yeah, okay, that's very nice. There's no blacks in here, are there? Oh my goodness, perfect.
Just the gay ones? That's okay. I'm progressive.
It is a fun ragtag group, the concentration camps, because it was Jewish people, alcoholics, and retarded people.
Alcoholics made it in there?
Which is...
I used to have a joke about that, about like someone trying to escape the Holocaust by pretending they were retarded. And the Nazis like, we kill you too. Yeah. Where are you going? Shaking the keys.
I used to I try to write this bit about, like, imagine like the hangover of waking up in Auschwitz and you're like, fuck. You're like, God damn it. I knew I should have got that blackout drunk. Because it was just like, if you were just like a drunk piece of shit, they were like, yeah, we're throwing you in. They're called non-socials or something. Like, basically, like, the word was antisocial, but I guess in Germany, a drunk guy was not the social guy. He was like the not cool guy. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Like, the Nazis would drink beer and like you were allowed to drink. But
just because he's like bad for society.
Yeah.
Is the idea. Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes society needs a little rock and roll. But that is a fun idea for a movie. The cool drunk guy that's put in Auschwitz and he keeps morale up. He's like, "Come on, guys, we can still make it a party in here." Just Jack Black in Auschwitz, like we can still rock and roll.
Come on, guys, why the long skin?
Him trying to start a band. It's just like a bald lady.
Yeah.
Like just like
Yeah.
bone.
We gotta rock our way out of here.
Yeah.
He got the barcode tattooed on his ass.
Woo!
Yeah. I already got my arms and legs done. Get this bad boy on the trunk.
And alcohol, the only thing I'm addicted to is good times.
He's in the gas chamber like, oh, this is some good shit. So his tolerance is too strong. That's not German.
Yeah, it's like the movie How High, but they have to go to Auschwitz.
He's blowing O's.
Yeah.
He's like, the gas.
Doug Benson.
The stuffy Nazis like, you can't smoke weed here. You have to study for dying.
Study die. Oh,
That is like 2010 comedy. Like, what if there was a weed guy in Auschwitz?
in Auschwitz.
Dude, if the Nazis would have had weed, bro, Holocaust wouldn't have happened.
Man, I can't believe I haven't met more comics that do that kind of thing. That kind of went away, I guess.
The weed. If
There
you,
used to be like whole careers for comedians who were just like, yeah, I know we've all seen Chandler's List, but what if they were like smoking weed? It'd be different.
Schindler's
Split.
If they were smoking weed on the Challenger, they'd be like, why are we even going to space?
Dude, my high school earth science teacher was supposed to be on the Challenger. She was like the second person, like reserve. She was like a brilliant woman.
She loved talking about it.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, she did.
maybe that's what I mean. Maybe I need to almost die, then I'd appreciate life a little more.
It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
That is a cool story to tell.
she won like a $1 Million Pyramid and like a different game, like a Jeopardy or something like that.
Dang.
She was like very brilliant, and I remember she used to have these like flappy arms, like that fat underarms, and she used to lift up different rocks and just shake them, and it looked like fucking like a hammock underneath both
So
arms.
if it would have exploded, she could have just jumped out and flown away.
Yeah, she's just flying squirrel back to her.
It's funny too to be like, oh, thank God that happened to them and not me. You know, what I mean? Like every day you're like, thank you God for killing somebody that
Yeah,
wasn't.
I don't
me.
really like remember that.
Could you imagine, like, you're second in line to be on the Challenger, and you're watching it on live TV, like, those sons of bitches. And then it explodes, and you're like, oh.
Well, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, I wasn't fit to be on that.
I mean, you know, it's not everyone should go to space.
Someone clearly made a mistake that I wouldn't have made. Yeah, it sucks that all of that is just up to like a bunch of nerds, you know? Like you're kind of in the sky on the faith that these people have done all the math and figured everything out that could go wrong.
You're blasting off the wait, no, I didn't carry the two. I didn't carry. There's just like one little thing. Now you're dying.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't take off the self-destruct button.
Yeah. Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, and it's so funny too because it's like when I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut, and then I just figured out what anxiety. That's not the only reason I'm not an astronaut. I'm not just who I get anxious. But the idea that you have like the confidence to be like I think more than going to war, because like war, I don't know, in my brain, I'm like, there's a way to escape. The idea of like space is so scary to me. Just
Yeah.
being in a pod, like randomly, you just stop liking it, and you're like, well, you'll come back in 2 years.
I think I could do it, to be
Really?
honest. Yeah. Because I don't really get motion sick, and I can like I don't get claustrophobic, so I can like spend time in like a small area.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd be all right doing it too. I just wouldn't know how to do the things I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, you'd just be like, I'm cool here. but-
I'm good to like just be here. I'm not much use.
Well, that's a good point because you guys are very like. I feel like you guys are like you can easily like cave, not like cave like, but I mean like you guys could easily be in like smaller spaces. But I
Yeah.
freak out. That's why like I'm constantly doing. I'm like I have to be out of the
Yeah.
house like for as long as possible.
I think the hardest part for me would be like you'd have to exercise up there. Like you'd have to get on like the bike just to like stay sane.
Yeah.
But now they have like the International Space Station is like kind of big. Like you get there's a
Starbucks up there.
Is it really?
No. Maybe, I don't know. There's like a gay spaceman up there.
When you listen to, I would like a guy, if I was in space, I'd like a guy like you at mission control. Because when you listen to like the flight, like the conversations they have, like Neil Armstrong says the like one small step for man thing. And then the guy at mission control is like, all right, Neil. Like he's just boring. I want a guy to be like, fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, you guys look fucking sick right now.
Yeah.
We're on the fucking moon.
Yeah, you need someone to hype you up.
Yeah,
that's what you want. But they're too like shut down and like zero emotions. Like, I'm sure Neil Armstrong was disappointed.
Yeah,
dude, but that's got to be
no one said anything. They were like, "Okay, Neil, that's good."
That's like so nice though, because like in your mind, you still like you helped somebody get to the moon, so you won the mission.
Yeah.
But then you just get to get home and fuck your wife and like play with your kids the next day and just have like a whole life while this other guy's doing the moon. And you're like, you still put a guy on the moon. Like you were responsible, so like you still have that like fuck yes, like that feeling of like yes we did it, America. But you're like, but I'm not gonna go myself. Right? It's fucking insane.
Michael, you'd be the first guy to go on to like come back from a moon mission and be like, I got pussy too. Yeah.
Now it's a story.
And I had time to get pussy. You're on field, just like, dude, you got to make your radius so big on the moon.
Mike, they're like, Michael, you just stepped on the moon. The first man to step on the moon. Do you have any words? And you're like, this is shock radio. This is what we do. We fuck around. We make jokes.
We fuck around.
We make jokes. Dude, that is my favorite thing in the world, dude. Mel Gibson.
What is that movie called?
On the Line, the greatest movie I've ever seen.
On the Line with Mel Gibson. It was, I will say, very entertaining. The whole time I was like, I didn't want to stop watching it.
The end also made it make sense. Because like then you actually excuse all the bad acting because you're like, oh, these are not actors acting.
Yeah.
These are actors acting like they're acting.
That is a little loophole that you can put in.
No. There were these like, what do you mean? What do you think? A
That's
character?
a good point.
Yeah, you're like, what is a switchboard operator supposed to be the best actress ever? No, she's actually doing a better job at acting as a switchboard operator by not being a good actor.
So do you think they did have an affair?
No. That also made me a little uncomfortable because she looked really young. I was like, I just pictured Mel Gibson just like, like railing her. And I was like, this is intense to picture him as like in Braveheart makeup just banging the shit out of this 20-year-old chick. I'm like, this is On the Line, by the way, for you guys. Nobody is, whatever.
The movie, Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I don't want to like spoil the end.
Well, you say the basic part. He's this shock jock, kind of tell it how it is guy. Kind of like us right here. He doesn't pull any punches, and his boss is like, you got to tone things down. She's like, the Pope is coming after you. He's like, the Pope, whatever.
Fuck the Pope.
I'll send him a bag of my shit in the mail because I'm Mel Gibson. What's his name? Elvis something.
Yeah, it's always Elvis.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Elvis the radio guy, and I don't care about anything. And then
did you know he did Passion of the Christ?
Yeah.
But did you know it was like his hands nailing Jesus to the cross?
That's so funny.
Yeah. I remember my parents told me that. I'm like, why?
Why? That's weird.
Why would he want to do that? Yeah.
Yeah, he but just to fill them in, it's that movie where basically his daughter's kidnapped and his wife because and some guy's like, you got to stay on the line the whole time or I'm going to kill him. You got to do all this.
He like ruined someone in the radio station's life and like the guy's seeking revenge on him.
The idea of Louis J. Gomez and this is so funny.
Doggy, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Don't tell me you killed my dogs?
Yeah, you're a fucking faggot, dude. Get off the air. Kill my fucking son.
Dude, you can kill my family. I'll fuck you up. Ellis Mania 20.
Do it, dude. I'll kick your fucking ass. I'll fight you at Skankfest.
Dude, that's so badass. Real ass dude of the week. Kidnapping my family and threatening me over the radio? Real ass dude of the week. Play the song. Rattlesnake. Damn, you're a golden ticket winner at Skankfest. Oh man, do you guys know what time it is?
It's 7:20.
7:20. Oh, we're probably good on time here.
As in done?
As in done.
All right. I like that you're like, good. We can end it. We're doing great on time meeting with sober.
Yeah, we're good. I mean,
Normally good on time means we have time to fun. And hang
I'm
out.
always down to keep it going.
Look, we got a disco party to be at.
We do have a disco party.
I'm gonna get food when we're done with this and then go.
I
I gotta go to a show and then come back. Hopefully, I catch any of the disco party.
I'm down to get something.
If it's
to eat.
over by the time you show up, I'll take you to the disco.
Oh, thanks, man. That's really sweet of you.
Boys,
That'll
thank you
teach
so
how to work
much.
out.
Dude, thanks for having me, man.
I love you guys.
Just stared right at your page. It wasn't intentional. It's just my.
There it is.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid eye contact because I was too intimate. I was like, I'm just not feeling the eye contact right now.
Dude, the other
Just went
day
right to dick.
when I took the train ride home, I like passed out. I was so tired. And I woke up there was an older woman sitting next to me on the train. And I woke up, she was gone, and my dick was just rock hard. She definitely saw that and was like, I'm out of here.
That's so funny.
You know what's funny, too? To move your seat on the train, you have to like tell the guy that you're moving. So she has to be like, can I move? And then the guy
was
has
the subway. It was a real train.
the guy's probably like, yeah, you got to get out of there. I don't know what he's dreaming about. Oh, dude.
That's fucking hilarious.
It happens.
It does. Boners happen.
Yeah, Michael Good, Morning Good podcast.
Morning Good podcast. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening.
Hell yeah. And Surya Deer on Instagram.
Thanks.
Thanks,
All right.
boys.
See ya.